Hey guys, Mike with Long Range with the Lilies out at Rifles Only. We've got the brawl going on. It's going good. Day one's complete.
No snow, no ice.
Yeah, so we're happy about that. Weather turned out to be amazing. It's amazing. Wish you guys were here. So one of the things the brawl is known for is not only the mousetrap, which we're in front of, but true positional. And by positional, I don't mean an alternate position off a barricade, like true standing, kneeling, sitting, unsupported positional work with a sling.
Correct.
And you're kind of famous for teaching this. I feel like it's a little bit of a lost, dying art as we've progressed to 25-pound rifles and everything else.
It's pretty heavy.
So I was wondering if you would just take us through kind of a quick class.
Sure, absolutely. Well, sling supported is a staple. You know what I mean? I mean, there was a time when there were no bipods.
Yeah.
And so you would be prone and you would have your arm up in the front. You could use a sling that way too. But basically what it's about is about building a proper position by just having the sling in the rifle.
Yeah.
And so our sling that we use, the ones that I started out were the Turner leather slings. Very, very difficult to adjust. Is
that the ones with the two prongs?
Yeah, the two prongs and the leather.
Yeah.
Great sling, great sling. The support that it was given to the shooter, this is no better than that. What this is this makes it easy to adjust.
Sure.
That's what it's about. So whenever we have a rifle like this and I'm going to go and I'm going to shoot just sling supported, the first thing I'll do with this one on the Rifles Only is I'll get rid of the back end.
Okay.
I don't need that because I'm going to be using this sling as support. A lot of people think a sling is just to carry your rifle, but no, you can actually shoot with it too. So what I'll do, can I get on the rifle here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you have the ability here to put the forward mount on either the left or the right-handed side.
Sure.
And being a right-handed shooter, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the right side. And so the reason I'm doing this is whenever I get slung up, if I have it on this side, there's a technique for that, but it'll try to twist the rifle, torque the rifle.
Okay.
So by putting it on that side, what it enables me to do is to have the rifle just lay into my hand. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up the gun, and if you'll keep note of where the muzzle is the whole time, because you can do this around a bunch of people if you're careful. So what I'm doing is I've got the rifle sitting here in my forearm, and I'm holding the sling right here. I want to take the controls to the sling. Whenever I have it, they'll be facing me. So I'm going to take this loop here, and I'm going to put my arm through it. Now, watch the muzzle. See? I got good control of the gun. I'm holding it up, and I'm going to move this sling as high up on my bicep as I can get it. Then,
so if you can't see it, guys, it's above his bicep muscle, kind of in that shallow valley there between your shoulder muscle and your bicep muscle.
right. And I'm going to torque this in, and I'm going to pull it, push it over, cam it down again. I don't want this to slip. Okay. So from here, see the muzzle still in a safe direction. My target's over there. I'm going to take my hand and it's going to go between the sling and the stock. Okay. See how the sling lays flat back here? And then if it was on this side, it would be torquing the gun. I don't want to do that. So from here, I'm just going to come up into position. And your gun is not set up for me, it's too long. But at any rate, we can still do it. So this is the position I want. A couple things to note. I'm not gripping here. If I grip here, I'm going to start to send blood to my hand, and it's going to start to go tung, 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 in my arm.
Okay.
Then I want the rifle over the elbow as much as I can get it. If I'm out here, now I'm using muscle. But if I'm here, I'm using the sling and the bone. I'm making a triangle right there. And feel that sling, the tension on it.
Oh yeah, it looks tight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
for
guitar
sure.
string. The point of my elbow is going to be forward of my knee. And really, whenever it sits, I could really sit here all day. I mean, I'm not using any muscle to hold this rifle. And this rifle weighs about 60 pounds.
Close, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you're going to set up this. Again, the other thing, very, very important, get that gun over your elbow. Because if you're off to the side and either way, you're using muscle. This way you're not. And again, I mean, hi. I mean, I'm not using any muscle for that.
Right, no energy at all.
No energy at all.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay, so use that same technique, standing.
No.
Okay.
No. Standing is a whole different
So
ball of wax.
seated and kneeling.
Seated and kneeling.
Okay.
It's the same thing. And there's other positions that you can use in the sling, but this is going to be your most traditional type kneeling, or kneeling position.
Okay.
And it works really good. The the other parts about this. The point of sling supported is when you have nothing to support your rifle.
Right.
It's a last resort. You know, you may have to do it. But keep in mind that just because you set up your sling right and your sling is working the way it's supposed to, it does not give you license to let the fundamentals go. You need to check your fundamentals, but check your natural point of aim first by whatever your target is. You want equal wobble on either side of your intended aiming point. Equal wobble every single time. Okay. If it's not, move your body. I'd like to think that I have a steel rod coming down my spine, and that's what I'm going to twist on to where I'm naturally aligned with the target. If you do that and you have faith in it, just get to the bottom of your breathing cycle and pull the trigger.
So yeah, you're not going to be rock solid.
No,
There's going to be some wobble.
No.
The question I have is, you know, we always say wobble, and guys say wobble, but I don't think viewers understand, like, there's different kinds of wobble. Like, yeah, here's some guys refer to an infinity sign, some guys are circular, other guys are just kind of all over the place. Is there an ideal shape to your wobble?
I don't know, mine kind of goes up and down with my breathing. You know, I do get some side to side, but not very much, and it's not more of a figure eight, it's more of a straight line on side to side.
Okay.
And I think it's just different people, you know, do different things with it. But the thing about this, and like I told you this before, you don't learn to shoot sling supported positional on the range.
Right.
In fact, a cartridge should never be involved at all. It just dry fire. You'll see that wobble. As you start to build neural pathways in your brain and your muscles know what to do, then that just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And the next thing you know, your wobble's not even off the target.
Nice. Okay. Well, do you mind kind of walking me through it?
Yeah.
Or do you have anything else you want to show me?
No. With you, that you have these other ones back here. Your sling attachment point is pretty far forward. So let's see if you can fit into the sling when it's configured like this. We may have to move it for you or get a smaller person.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we have one of those handy.
Yeah, we do. We do have one handy.
All right. So you're saying, let's take the muzzle up here.
Right.
Safe direction.
Yeah.
And you want the controls towards me. Is that
Towards
correct?
you, exactly. So that means that I'm going to do this. There, your controls are towards you.
And
now,
then
your arm's going to go through here. Okay. All the way up to the top. Then grab the rifle with this hand.
Okay.
And take this hand around the other side of the rifle. No, put your hand on the other side of the rifle. There you go.
Okay.
Now torque it in, or cam it in as much as you can.
Okay.
There you go. And then you're going to go forward, pick up your left knee.
Okay.
And I don't think you're going to be able to get into there.
Yeah, I'd have to come back pretty far.
Yeah. So what we can do here is give you a little bit more slack here. And you're almost to the point of it. Yeah, we'll need to move your attachment point back a little bit.
Okay. Would it work on this one here?
It might. Try it.
Okay. So now I feel like it's too long.
Now put that over into your shoulder pocket.
Okay.
Same idea. Exactly the same. Now remember, don't grip here.
Right, it's just
Your fingers are just open. But that's your position right there. You see, whenever I look down the top of the rifle, I can see the top of your scope, but I can't see anything else. I mean, I can see equal elbow on either side, equal knee on either side. That is exactly the position you want. Now, just let go of the rifle with your right hand.
Yeah.
Oh, you're front heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, as you can tell, when you're sitting there, you're not using any muscle.
So I think ideally I would have a swing swivel stud right
Yes.
about here.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if you don't have that ability, let me configure it the other way. Yeah, go ahead and get yourself some looseness there. Here, pull the black one. There we go. Okay. So here, you know how what you would want on this one. If we go in right here, and you can put your hand there too.
You have to come under, right?
Come under.
Okay.
Right there. Go ahead and assume that same position again. That's if you don't have the ability to go to the other side.
So that is a little tighter for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause now I've got this pressure here.
Right.
And it
But
is
you see
more
how-
balanced.
But you see how the rifle's going to try to torque?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's trying to torque over to the left-hand side. And so we don't like anything that leans to the left.
Okay. That's very true. So I have a little bit of wobble. It is kind of like an infinity sign. Actually holding relatively small,
Remember, don't grip with that front hand.
right,
Yeah.
pattern. Actually feel really stable.
It's not bad.
It's not as bad as I thought, and it is balanced.
Yeah, very
well
balanced.
right here.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, honestly, are you using any muscle to hold the gun there?
No, I could sit there all day, even as as heavy as this
Yeah.
is. So.
Because what's happening is the bones in conjunction with the sling are what's holding the rifle,
Okay.
not your muscles.
Any modifications you make to seated other than I'm on my butt instead
Pretty
of
much
sitting
the
on
same
my heel?
thing.
Okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
All
Hop
right.
down on your butt and you can check it out.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. Same thing. We see how the gun is not over your knee now.
Right.
You would need to adjust your.
Okay.
You would need to adjust around to your right there so that you can get that. If we're looking for the same target.
Yep. So then, I'm off to the left now of what I was aiming at early. I would shift my entire body around.
Correct. Correct. If you try to muscle it in any way, it's not going to work.
Okay. There. Fairly stable again.
Yep. And remember, don't grip with the front hand.
Right.
It just lays there.
Okay.
If you grip with this hand, what happens is you're starting to send the muscles or blood to these muscles, and you're activating all of these blood vessels in your arm right here,
right.
and you'll start to get boom, 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 boom with your heart.
Awesome. Keely, do you have any questions?
I don't know. I think that maybe I want to try it.
All right.
All right.
We got a stage like this tomorrow.
Come here.
You got that? Yep. Pull it back here. Now pull the other one. There you go.
You gotta be smarter than the sling, I guess.
That's exactly right. Let's put it on the gun first, Keely.
Okay.
And we're going to do the same thing with you. We're going to run it on this side because this gun is a little bit long.
Yep, it's a little long for me.
Okay. All right, so the controls are going to go away from you this time. All right, so go ahead and what we'll do is we're going to put the buttstock of the rifle on your right hip, on your right thigh. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Now you don't have to pick up your thigh. You can just put it there on the ground if you want. Kind of sit double kneeling.
Okay.
Okay. So your forearm, your right forearm is going to hold the rifle. Okay. You're just going to lay the rifle into your forearm here.
Okay.
Just lay it in there. Then with the sling, you're going to come in, go all the way up to the top of your bicep. Then we're going to see how
My arms are a little smaller than mine.
Yeah. But you see how we're camming this over?
Yeah.
To get it tight, we don't want this to slip.
Okay.
All right. So this hand goes around here. There you go. Pick up your right knee.
I'm not real good with right and left.
Okay.
So keep it there.
I'm sorry, pick up your left knee. It was my bad. I'm not good with my right and left.
Okay.
Not sure I understand.
Oh.
They're talking to you. Okay, so your arm's going to go through here.
Okay.
Through the sling this way. All right. Now press the rifle up into your shoulder pocket.
All right. It's been a little bit long. Oh. So that's pretty long for me.
It's a long gun for you.
Yeah,
For a little person.
it is.
But let's try it again.
Okay.
Okay, let's go here. There you go. Right there.
Let's see.
If you can get it into your shoulder pocket. Yeah, you can, except that gun's set up for your tall husband.
Yep. Okay.
Well, you can get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I got to do it tomorrow, so I might as well give it a shot.
right. And so that's what you're looking for. Again, the rifle, as much as you can get it over your elbow,
Right.
over your knee. So could you tell that if you're very uncomfortable, I can tell this rifle's not set up for
Yeah,
you.
right. I think that if we had my setup and maybe this was maybe a little bit forward or
A little bit further back.
a little
Yeah.
bit further back, it'd probably be a lot better for
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Right now I'm reaching up pretty far
Yeah.
and I'm having to come down a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think I could make it work if I.
Well,
if
the
I
biggest
really
problem
needed
we have is the length of pull is set up for his gorilla arms.
to. I know.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
not your fault.
Absolutely.
But
no,
you get the idea of how to use it.
I do, and then when I do get it up, it is really stable. So if I come down like this, I'm creating that tension, which is what we want, right?
Correct.
Okay, so there we go.
Yep.
So it is set up for him, but
you can
even
make it work.
then, oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, I mean I got a little bit of left and right,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean I'm not getting tired in my arms at all.
No.
Sorry.
Well, the sling is what's holding the gun,
Right.
not you.
Right.
So we'll get you out of
And
this mess.
his setup is a lot heavier than mine.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot longer. So yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to get that tested out on my on my rifle for tomorrow.
Yep. Hand me the back end of that.
Okay.
Caitlin.
All right, let's do a switcheroo.
Well, we can, there's also the other way to
Okay.
use these. So, if, perchance, I'm in a big hurry,
Yeah.
and I have my gun like this,
Uh-huh.
I can simply take my hand in here and drop right down into it that way. as well.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's called a hasty.
Okay. So it's a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm. It's not as stable.
Coming over your
Right.
shoulder.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
But we should have chosen a smaller gun for this demo.
Yeah.
You're
Cool.
kind of a big guy. But that's it.
Awesome. Well, Jacob, thanks for giving us a quick class.
No problem.
Again, I do feel like it's a dying art. You know, it
Yeah.
doesn't get shot much, and it's very, very few matches that have it anymore. And it's always cool to get back here and get humbled on the basic fundamentals. So,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
guys, if you're watching at home, feel free to hit Jacob up. His podcast is doing great. Gives a lot of great advice on how to shoot, fundamentals of marksmanship. Great quality entertainment if you guys are looking for another source of information out there. And I really appreciate you taking your time.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
All right.
Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for watching.